Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
RT World News.
February 23, 5:22 America, New York, Israel unleashes airstrikes on Gaza. The air raid came in response to shelling by Palestinian militants, the Israel Defense Forces have reported.
Mirror World News.
February 23, 5:20 America, New York, girl, 12, among 7 shot dead after they laughed at players for losing 2 pool games. The chilling footage shows one of the men lining up the victims against the wall in preparation for an execution-style shooting, while the other grabs a shotgun from a pickup truck in Brazil.
New York Times World News.
February 23, 5 o'clock America, New York, tech leaders in Israel wonder if it's time to leave. Ahead of a judicial overhaul that could transform the country and frighten away investors, the executives of Startup Nation are mulling an exodus. Given the atmosphere now, it's almost irresponsible to start a company in Israel, said Yankee Margalit, a veteran entrepreneur.
New York Times World News.
February 23, 5 o'clock America, New York. Turkish builders come under intense scrutiny over shoddy construction. More than 43,000 deaths in Turkey from an earthquake have raised painful and angry questions over whether some of those fatalities could have been avoided with better building standards. Mourners surrounding the coffins of students killed in Adıyaman, Turkey, during the earthquakes this month, at a funeral service in Cyprus.
Mirror World News.
February 23, 4:39 America, New York. World's biggest, great white shark dwarfs diving cage as 20 feet long body stuns viewers. The resurfaced clip of the 20-feet monster great white shark known as Deep Blue has shocked viewers once again as people reacted to the female predator's enormous size.
Time.
February 23, 3:30 America, New York, death toll rises in China coal mine collapse. Beijing. The death toll from the collapse of an open-pit coal mine in northern China has risen to 4, with 49 people still missing, state broadcaster CCTV reported Thursday.
Washington Post World.
February 23, 3:27 America, New York, Ahmed Correa, top Palestinian negotiator with Israel, dies. Ahmed Correa, a former Palestinian prime minister and one of the architects of interim peace deals with Israel, has died at age 85.
RT World News.
February 23, 3:09 America, New York. Hungary outlines reason for European decline, media. The U.S. has asserted its interests at the expense of the continent. Viktor Orban reportedly stated the policies of the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden have become a key factor in Europe's decline amid the Ukraine conflict. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has claimed, as reported by local media.
Washington Post World.
February 23, 3:03 America, New York, Afghanistan's Taliban reopen key trade route with Pakistan. Officials say Afghanistan's ruling Taliban have reopened the key Torkham border crossing with Pakistan after keeping it shut for 4 days.
Washington Post World.
February 23, 2:49 America, New York. Abu Dhabi state gas firm looks to raise $2 billion in IPO. Abu Dhabi's state gas company expects to raise up to $2 billion by selling 4% of its shares in an initial public offering.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News. February 23, 1:36 America, New York, forever chemicals, found in more than 330 species of wildlife. Wildlife across the world, including the UK, is being exposed to pollutants known as forever chemicals, a study has found. A polar bear mother and her 2 cubs walk along the shore of Hudson Bay near Churchill, Man.
Time.
February 23, 1:30 America, New York. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and other Democrats urge Japan to advance LGBT rights. U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez pressed her Japanese counterparts to move forward on LGBT rights ahead of the Group of 7 summit in May, even as she praised the country's investment in infrastructure. New York Times World News.
February 23, 1:10 America, New York, more than 50 missing after coal mine collapses in northern China. By Thursday, 4 deaths had been confirmed as rescuers worked to save miners at the site in Inner Mongolia. Rescuers at the site of the mine collapse in the Chinese region of Inner Mongolia on Wednesday night, in an image taken from CCTV, the state broadcaster.
Mirror World News.
February 23. 059 America New York. Russia announces its first mission to Moon in decades as new space race heats up. Russian space agency Roscosmos has announced that its robotic Luna 25 lander will be heading to the Moon in July as the race to lay claim to its rich resources heats up. BBC News World.
February 23. 010 America New York. Japanese motor giants announce biggest pay rises in decades. Toyota and Honda are the latest Japanese companies to increase wages as prices in the country jump.